Everything Everywhere All at Once. Even just saying the title is a trip. Everything Everywhere All at Once is an absurdist action comedy hybrid that is overstuffed with big ideas, insane visuals, and solid sentimentality. I say overstuffed not in a bad way, but very much the opposite. There is a wide variety of everything in this film that gives the title an immediate meaning that becomes more nuanced over time. With all that said, let's try to break down what it all meant. In addition to my intro, Everything Everywhere could also be described as a family drama that spans the multiverse. The conceit of said multiverse is less than cogent, but in large part this does not matter. Surreal imagery is lovingly used to express the sheer scale of the expanse, and serves as the base for the comedic stew. This type of plot could become completely incomprehensible very quickly, but thankfully the filmmakers chose to center the plot on a small family unit. Verse jumping, as it is called, can only be performed between different versions of oneself. Thus, the infinite becomes contained in but a few reference points. We will get to the characters shortly, but like the first act of the film, I would like to focus on the multiverse and hijinks for a little longer. Our primary focus throughout the picture is on who I would call Blank Slate Evelyn, or the Evelyn who rejected nearly every interesting or novel branch along her life's trajectory. The understanding of other dimensions this film endorses is related to the butterfly effect construct, or the idea that choices splinter off into new strands from a common base. The majority of those shown are breaks closely related to our primary universe, but there are also universes featuring, say, the domination of an ancestral lineage where hot dog-like fingers that squirt condiments during moments of passion exists. Even when a version of Evelyn is a cartoon, a chef in a Ratatouille-inspired world, or simply a piñata, she is a consistent part of that world, which again, narratively makes sense and creates a wonderful juxtaposition from universe to universe. Also, it is the source of much entertainment, not only due to our visions of these other worlds, but also the tactics needed to see into or take from them. People using a computer designed in the Alpha universe, where the multiverse discovery occurred and the big bad first showed up, must do something strange to use their superposition cohort's skills. I have to say, I never thought I would use the phrase Chekhov's butt plug trophy before, but I am very happy to use it. I was giggly for a while after that bit. I can't even describe the reactions of both my sister and girlfriend in the theater at the time. With that said, we can move on to the characters and dynamics. The first scene depicts the hectic life of Evelyn, a Chinese expatriate who moved to the States and currently operates a laundromat with her lovable husband. We bear witness to a sequence of events that seems out of control due to the film's perspective holding on Evelyn, while we also realize that she might be catastrophizing, at least to some degree. This scene includes a lot of motifs like mild racism and language issues and barriers, as well as build-up in the form of Evelyn belittling her daughter Joy for many of her choices from sexual partners to body image. It all culminates in a visit to a local IRS branch, which serves as a fittingly strange backdrop for all that stuff we discussed earlier. It is also where we begin to understand the supposed threat to the multiverse. Jobu Tapaki is quickly revealed to be the alpha version of Joy, who can verse jump without technological assistance. She can also bend reality, as we see when she disintegrates a person into confetti and nunchucks some massive dildos that are transfigured and, well, a lot of other things. The threat, as we are led to believe, is some sort of apocalypse, but it is made clear that the real issue for Alpha Joy is disillusionment, more specifically, the purpose of life. She is witness to the totality of every permutation of her life, which she experiences all at once. This state causes her to believe that nothing matters. Alpha Joy is essentially a total nihilist who goes as far as to create an everything bagel, meaning a figurative bagel that contains all of existence distilled into one Western breakfast staple, the whole of which is some sort of lack of existence for which Alpha Joy desires to finally embrace. So the real threat is less an apocalyptic scenario, more a suicidal contemplation or ideation. It is also revealed that Alpha Joy was searching for Evelyn not for some sort of retribution, which is what the film hints at early on, but rather for a person to share that experience with. Both the infinitesimal understanding and the end. Blank Slate Evelyn appears to initially give in to this feeling after also becoming all-knowing. This is simultaneous with a series of crises occurring across her many selves. It all culminates in a beautiful moment between two rocks. In this reality, life never formed, which is funnily mentioned to be like most realities. The mother-daughter duo share a quiet moment of contemplation before their final step. However, instead of giving in, Blank Slate Evelyn becomes inspired by Waymond. In a wonderful sequence, we see the infinite kindness of many versions of the man. There are other situations as well, but the focus is on a monologue by one version of Waymond, who is talking about positivity coming across as bland, saccharine, or stupid to those who see little point in life. Within the film, both the original version of Evelyn and Alpha Joy are clear examples. In Waymond's view, however, kindness is simply a better reaction to the world around us than pretty much any other reaction. For my money, this is an excellent way of confronting pessimistic ideology. Seeing no worth in the infinite possibility is struck down by little special moments that, while not always deeply meaningful, are still special. May seem a little simplistic, but I really like it. In filmmaking terms, this beat is sort of like a playoff of the love conquers all cliche, but broader than a typical moment like that. Very broad, in fact, as we get an excellent fight scene where, instead of hurting other people, Evelyn makes little desires come true for them, no matter how, raunchy some are. It is very nice that Alpha Joy does not simply accept this reasoning. In fact, she walks away from it. Evelyn even lets go of her both physically and metaphorically in multiple different realities, but still makes clear her compassion for her daughter. One last little bit on this scene. I really love that one version of Joy points out that these acts will not fix everything, yet the Evelyn of that world is insistent that this path is still more worthwhile than nothing. It's nice. Other ideas swirling around at this point are the importance of family units symbolized by an obvious visual cue, and the acceptance both of one's station and the choices of others we care about. Reads like that are probably best left to the individual though. I know I for one saw some of my family situation here and there, but yeah. All in all, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a deeply enthralling action film that is funny as hell. What little limitations show their head, like say some iffy animatronics or cuts, are not even truly distracting. These less than perfect elements are made up for because the ride is so good. The film is like an intense roller coaster where the thrills and philosophizing you did with friends in the line to get to the attraction are swirling into a whole crazy experience, especially if you're a touch high. I did see the film on 420. I will conclude by saying that this film does an excellent job both depicting and fighting against nihilism, by making clear that we, not anything else, give our lives and choices meaning. Thanks for watching.